Okay, another edition of Potter's Journal Gardens. Today spurred on by Broken Arrow's garden and her collection of ditch lilies, something I've never heard of being in the nursery business. Well, it turns out they're just plain old daylilies. In the nursery business, how come I never heard of that? Well, it's a common name. Everywhere you go, the common name is different. So that's why we use the botanic name. The Latin name, Hemerocallis, comes from the Greek. Hemera being day, and kalos being beauty. So day beauty. They bloom for one day, but since they have many, many flowers coming on, they bloom day after day after day. So this is Day Lily Daze. I have got an extraordinary collection of them which falls under the name Trophy Takers. Many different variety names: Strutter's Ball, Pudgy, Jovial, Spectacular Flower Form, Sound of Silence, with all these ruffly edges, big, open, full flowers, and most of these do repeat bloom, unlike the wild ones, or I should say the ones that seem wild, often planted by the snowplow, which would take them up in the winter, bring them further down the road in another spot, so you see them seemingly growing wild along the road. Maybe why, down in the far reaches of the world, I believe Louisiana, they call them ditch lilies. But, okay, Royal Occasion, a red, brilliant red, Lauren Leith, preppy pink. Here's one of my favorites, Barbara Mitchell. You can look these all up, but if you'll take a look through the garden, I'll show you most of these in bloom. Strawberry Candy, which is a pink with the ruffly edges and a red throat surrounding a yellow throat. I don't actually know the real names of all the parts of the flower here. Scarlet Orbit is one of the reddest of the red. Pastures of Pleasure, there's a lot of pinks and purples and lavenders. Most people know them only as yellow. There's a lot of pastels in this collection of daylilies. So, okay. Check out, I will put a link up to Broken Arrows, and I'll show you mine today. Let us both know what you think of them. Let's see. What's going on in the garden today?
This is what I've been working on, the faux bois, but let's hit the natural trail, see if we can get past the dog on duty. And, okay, here's what my garden looks like. Well, we've got, what, a dead dying cart, and a bit of old plastic, and, oh, here's some more faux bois, a few pieces I've lost. A tall piece and a giant one. But back here somewhere, beyond the dead Christmas trees, and the weed patch, and the dead and dying junipers. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here, this one is spectacular. This is a deep, velvety burgundy. You know, I should have a whole collection of these, but most of them have been taken over by weeds. There's a big old giant wild thorny rose that doesn't bloom. See if we can find anything else. Oh, and not too much further, almost ready to be taken over by the weeds, a white one. And unfortunately, they do only bloom for a day. This one either, I think yesterday was it this day, and since it's being overtaken by weeds, it only got one bloom on it, so I guess you have to have somebody who really cares for these things and takes care of them. Oh, let's see. There must be something good looking in my flower garden. Oh, I do have these the buckets here are busted up old broken glass. And, oh, one pile yet to put in them. There must be something good here. Let's see. We got the liner from an old truck and an old tarp. Must be something blooming here somewhere. Oh, great. Well, here's my collection of daylilies. I guess if you don't weed them, nothing happens. I think that one was called Jones Sr., and this one was Strawberry Candy. And I think we had a red one here, and a couple different shades of yellow, and a pink. And, oh, wait, there is one that does still have a bloom on it. It's being choked out, though, by morning glory vines. The best one was here at the very end. I forget the names of those last three, but it looks like it's completely dead. I guess it's dying out underneath this shrub or tree. It was a really brilliant red. This one might have been the rocket red here. Okay, so that's not looking too good for me. Let's check in with the lady across the street. These old ladies love their daylilies. I'm sure she's got some. Okay, so you have a daylily, is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you do call them daylilies. I think I heard you once call them tiger lilies, which is not even a common name.
Yeah, well, they're usually a stripy. Oh, it's so nice and tall. Look, it's almost as big as me. Wow, and it's pretty color, and it's not all lacy and fancy like those crazy ones they have out now. It's simple and beautiful.
Oh, old-fashioned. Okay, well, let's get a closer look at it. Oh, that's just beautiful. Okay, well, actually, I think it's taller than you.
Well, yeah, well, you know what? It is almost, because I was up a little higher.
Okay, very nice. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah, I can't wait till it all blooms.
Oh, you just planted this?
Well, it's got a lot more blooms coming on it too yet. And yeah, and somebody almost cut it down.
Oh, you got to watch those people with the weed whackers.
Yeah, they didn't get the weeds.
Just the flowers.
Yeah, just the flowers.
Yeah, just back from the farmer's market. I got a plant road of trucks, or a truckload of plants. Whole nursery beds full of them. Let's see. Well, I got a stack of old pots here. But we must have some flowers somewhere blooming in the garden. When I did the cleaning the kiln shelf video here last winter, these Christmas trees stood up. Cut Christmas trees looked good then. But I guess now, dead and brown, maybe I need to take them down. Okay, flowers in the garden. What can we find? Still more old pots. Oh, there's the fence to keep the rabbits out. Here's some stuff I brought home from the nursery to plant. There is that's a weed. Oh, there's a snake bark maple, but oh, it's dead now. I was going to plant that. Here's some kind of red leaf cherry. Oh, and a Korean fir of some kind. And, oh, some kind, not Japanese maple, but some kind of fancy leaf maple. And a ginkgo tree. But, you know, I brought these home 3 years ago to plant. They rooted right through the pots into the ground. Oh, we're not even going to find any shrubs or trees in the garden. Now, here we go. I could have said that at one time I had an old dead junk car in the garden for ornamental value, but, oh, even it has been grown over by bittersweet vines, so we're not even going to find the old junk car or lawn ornament.
Here we got something.
Oh, finally. I have been mowing around this forever, and you know, it looks like it's almost busted off. This is Asclepias tuberosa. It used to be commonly called butterfly weed. Well, now people are looking for it under the name milkweed. This one's still going to bloom yet, so I still will have some flowers. Essential to the monarchs in every stage of their development. So that's the reason why I've been mowing around this forever. We found something. And here we've mowed the grass, but for me, a flower garden, it is easier just not to grow the grass. There is a whole bunch of Queen Anne's lace back there. There always seems to be 3 different things blooming here. Here's one that people call Indian paintbrush. Somewhere I've got some big clumps of that. And I know back there what the Joe Pye weed is about to bloom. That one is a real butterfly magnet, especially for the swallowtails. Okay, big clump of it back there. It looks like the goldenrod's starting too. flower gardens. We got to find some more flowers. Old computer chair. Looks like the old computer too, and a TV. Oh wait, here's a hawthorn tree. We get berries on that in the winter. My bluebirds will love that. And of course, when I do cut the grass, I do roll it. Well, I guess I could convince you maybe if it actually turned. And part of a garden is an outdoor living area. But what do you do with all the old broken down grills? I did mow some grass, but does this count as a garden? I didn't mow down all the wild snapdragons. This count as a garden. I got the peony cages for when they get too tall. I've got the glass frames to protect from the frost and the blankets to throw over it. Does an old camper van count as like a cute garden shed does, a garden ornament? And you know, here, how about this? The phlox. My grandmother, there's still one here that she planted in the 70s. Does that count as a garden? It actually is blooming. Oh, well, I guess it is not looking good for me. Do check out Broken Arrow's videos. Even here in the nursery, all I could find is one. And this is okay, if everybody knows the miniature, smallest daylilies in the world. I could go that way. The Stelladora, small, miniature, repeat blooms through the season. I guess I didn't give mine the care, and they're not repeat blooming. The same with, this is a red Stella. Actually, it's called Pardon Me, but when I've sold the red Stella and Pardon Me, people ask for the red Stella. They always pick this one over it. So this is the smallest red in the world if we're going to get into the competition. But I'm going to say that, you know, do check out Broken Arrow's video. And whatever you do, don't read the comments there. I'm going to have to say, you know, maybe 2 has something to do with how much somebody really cares for their garden. Not so much the plants, not so much a fancy hybrid or even native plants, which I've been featuring here. How much the people care about their garden. Okay, stop back for more Potter's Journal Gardens.